Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Finally, some open space again.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Nicely done.
We should be able to cook here. I hope we manage to catch Almadria soon.
I hope so too.
I'll see you again tomorrow. I think we've rested long enough. Let's keep moving.
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. It looks operational.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Danans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almadria. You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding.
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadine. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But...
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well... I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Xion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Xion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cislodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its lake of death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Xion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
So good. You all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Miguel, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Xion.
Not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidrea do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
I wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Xion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you...
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelselik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought it was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Xion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
With this, I can become even stronger.
You're finished! Armor won't save you!
I'm only getting started! I'm the astral energy! Full throttle!
Dragon Shout!
Moving full throttle! Very well! Astral energy! Full throttle!
We can really make weapons with this?
Lock shot! Crush! Dragon swarm! It's over! Crush! You're mine!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Destruction!
And the pummeling to me!
You're mine!
Air thrust!
Destruction!
Dance in the wind!
Destruction!
Air thrust! Radiant
Sword Rain Alpha!
A comfortable win.
Got it! That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
Sword Rain Alpha! You're mine! It's over! I can carve through armor! Like the Dragon Swarm! We're not finished! Alpha! Take down their section! I see one, eh?
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Dragon Swarm! Sword Rain Alpha! Here I come! Destruction!
Aqua! Do it! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
A comfortable win.
Dragon Swarm! I'm on it! You're finished! Severing Wind! You're mine! You're finished!
You'll pay for what you did! Lost! Get toasty!
Bird Strike!
Lightning
Dragon
condemn!
Swarm!
Thunderblade!
Take this!
Flame of
First
fury!
strike!
Burning
Sword Rain Alpha!
Glacial Steel! Where are you going?
Severing Wind!
Do it! Kizara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Dragon Swarm! Come and get it! Wind! Hurricane Thrust!
Freeze laser!
You're mine! I can carve through armor! It's over!
They really don't give up.
There you are! You watch this!
Zoeline! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
Radiant Photon
Dragon Swarm! You're mine!
It's
It's over! Dragon Swarm!
Raging Storm!
Take this!
Here's evil!
Hurricane
Wheel
Thrust!
Astral Energy! Lightning condemned! Go for
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
As I recall, there's a recipe we've yet to try.
Yeah, this is the last ingredient we need.
Then let's go ahead and prepare it.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out. Engaging! Burn in hell! You're mine! Strike! No shield can stand up to these shit!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
By the
No! It's over! Eagle fly! Take this! It's over! I'm not done! Solar Alpha! Tear!
Hands in the wind!
You're finished! You're
Now! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Here's a healing arc!
Take this!
First aid! Astral energy!
Solar Alpha!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
A comfortable win.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! And pummeling to me! Alpha! I'll tear you apart! You're mine! You're finished! You're mine! Sword Ray Alpha! Talon Hurricane! Do it!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Raging
Whirlwind Smash! Talon Storm! You're mine! Sword Ray Alpha!
Ridwell! Astral energy! Full throttle!
certainly not bad.
No complaints here.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zugals the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here.
I'm getting pretty hungry.
Want to sit down and fix something?
Yep, the sooner the better.
This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
It looks and smells.
Dragon Swarm! You're mine! Talon Storm!
Armor won't save you!
My shield! Severed wing! We're not ready! It's over!
Do it! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
Glacial
I'm
Spear.
going in! The rebels! Stop them!
Do it!
Here it now!
Sleep now.
Here I come!
I'll be saving this one by the power
Look!
of the wind.
Here I come! You're finished! Take this!
Magic is
Burn in hell!
Glacial Spear.
You're mine!
Here's evil.
Talon Storm!
This one.
Dragon
Freeze
Swarm!
Lancer.
You're finished!
Not in your dreams.
Here I come!
You're mine.
You're mine!
Anything in order is gone. Here's evil.
Eagle Flying Alpha!
In here.
Here I come!
I'll be
Dust
saving
to dust! Here I come!
Lunar corruption.
All these
Lunar
things
blast.
I'm not done! I'll
Raging storm.
Severing wind! Take this!
Dance in the wind.
Here I come!
Sleep now.
It's over!
Where are you going? I'll be saving you.
You're mine!
Eagle fly.
Here I come! Hurricane Thrust!
Magic is
It's over!
here. Now.
You're built!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Right, here goes! Dragon Piston!
Mega
Sword Lane Alpha!
Steel Force.
You're mine!
Raging
It's over!
Cascade.
You're mine!
Do it. Get toasty.
Bird Strike!
Intercept.
You're mine! Dragon Swarm!
Eagle Assault.
Sword Lane Alpha!
Raging Cascade. Art Steel. Do it.
Tear!
Get toasty.
Bird Strike!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that.
Severing wind! You're mine!
Searing flame.
Here I
Thunder
come!
field. Lunar corruption. Do
You're
it.
mine! Talon Hurricane!
Everyone hanging in there?
Soaring Nightmare!
Raging fire. Pulse it. Get in the wind. Sleep now.
Sword Lane Alpha! I won't show you any mercy!
Do it.
Take this!
Freaking does it.
Soaring Light Spear!
Thunderblast. Here's a healing arm.
Stone up! Hurricane Thrust!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Dragon Swarm! Sword Lane Alpha!
Mine.
Severing
This
wind!
one's mine. Razor Cyclone.
one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
More where that came from! I'll heal you all!
Take this!
Now I'm in trouble. Yeah, I'll be okay.
I'll cover you! Lightning condemned! Recover!
These fists have got your name on them!
Here,
Here I come! It's over! Dragon Swarm! Sword Alpha! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous Claw!
Lunar corruption!
You're mine!
By the power of
Hurricane Thrust!
Gemini Onslaught!
Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Just make it done yet!
Primed and ready! Glacier Spear! Pierce
Take
Evil!
Take this!
Freeze Lancer!
Sword Rain Alpha!
This one's mine!
Wuthering Wind!
Astral Energy! Full throttle!
We're still standing. Barely.
That equipment should come in handy.
This'll make us even more formidable.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
A barrier. That may indicate Almadria is near.
Then we've got to find a way to get through somehow.
Let's see if we can find something that'll release it.
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
Will this help?
Here I come! Stardust! Hurricane Thrust! Fire it all! That's your body! Fire support! Ignite! Showdown between blade and fist! Do it! Go for it! Prepare to crumble!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
I'm getting pretty hungry.
Want to sit down and fix something?
Yep, the sooner the better.
Dragon Swarm! First strike! Take this! Now you see what I can do! My Shadow win!
I'm only getting started.
Rip and tear!
By the power of water!
Strike!
Mega Red! By the
Yeah!
power of water! Blow slice!
First strike! Talon
Mega Red! Another
down!
Mega Red!
Sword Alpha!
Astral Energy! Full throttle!
All good things come to an end!
Air thrust!
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
Dragon Swarm! I'll tear you apart!
Not on my watch!
Damn! Hurricane Slap!
Annihilation!
Start up!
Ready?
Tear you apart! You're mine! We're not finished! Escape!
This one's mine! I'll take my revenge on you!
Do it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil! In here!
On your
Freeze
knees!
Lancer!
Dragon Swarm!
Close
Severing Might!
Radiant Here! More where that came from!
Here I come! Damn!
Stand back!
Let's pick it up! Sword Blade Alpha! That's freaking dust! Severing Wind! Carve through armor! Here I come! I'm on! You're finished!
Lightning
Talon
Hurricane!
Severing Wind! Hurricane Slide! Sword Blade Alpha! You're finished! Double Fish! Talon Storm! Take this! Big Blast! Start up! You're mine! I'm not done! Severing Wind! Take this!
Back into the flare!
Here I come!
Swallow
It's
it! Now!
I'm not done!
Dueling! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
There's always room for improvement.
Think that shield will save you?
Severing Wind!
It's almost too strong.
Here I get!
Now!
Consider yourself finished!
Blah blah blah, match up! Score!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And the pummeling to me! Here I come!
Raging
Dragon
storm!
Swarm!
All good things
Glacial
come to
Storm!
me.
Alpha!
Piercing my astral energy!
Here I come!
Raging Cascade! Where are you going? Now! Long! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Don't get complacent.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Gotta break through! Take this! Sword Rain Alpha!
Energy dance in the wind! Water hear my call! Spread! Eagle
Wind!
Pierce evil!
Take this!
Freeze Lancer! Gale Force!
You're mine!
Raging Cascade!
It's over!
Sighted! Dragon
Get it down! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
A comfortable win.
Hey, what do you say we fight that shining enemy?
Dragon Swarm! Sword Rain Alpha!
Now you see what I can do!
Dragon Shell!
Here's
Take
the
this!
Lunar Blast!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Lunar Blast!
Do it! Long!
Thunder Blade!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Dragon Shell! You're mine!
Lightning Condensed! Eagle
Enough done!
Thunder Blade!
It's
Now
over!
it's over! Astral Energy! Full throttle!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! It's in the sky, it's mine!
Enough! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion. What's this thing?